Imagine your office building has multiple rooms. Not every employee should access every room. Some employees can enter meeting rooms. Some can access only their department. Only authorized engineers can enter the server room. So at every door, there is a security guard checking. Who are you? Where are you going? Are you allowed? This is exactly how an access control list, or ACL, works in networking. ACLs are rules configured on routers or layer 3 switches to decide whether traffic should be allowed or denied. Whenever a packet enters or leaves an interface, the router checks the ACL line by line from top to bottom. If a packet matches a rule, permit equals allow traffic, deny equals block traffic. And once a match occurs, the router immediately stops checking further entries. If the packet does not match any rule, there is a hidden rule at the end called implicit deny, which means deny everything else. So traffic gets dropped automatically. Now, before learning ACL configuration, we first need to understand how routers process packets. Suppose we have this topology. VLAN 10 users on 192.168.1.0.0/24, a router, and the server network on 192.168.5.0.0/24. Requirement VLAN. 10 users should not access the server network, but they should still access internet and other networks. Now let us first understand standard ACLs. A standard ACL checks only the source IP address. That means the router asks only this question: where is this traffic coming from? It does not check destination IP, protocols, or ports. Now suppose we configure this ACL, access list 10, deny 192.168.1.0.0.0.0.255. Access list 10 permit any. Now let us understand this line carefully. First line means deny all traffic coming from 192.168.1.0.0/24. Second line means permit everyone else. Now here is the most important part many beginners misunderstand. This ACL does not say block VLAN 10 from server network, because standard ACLs cannot understand destination networks. The ACL only checks source IP. So wherever this ACL is applied, all traffic from VLAN 10 gets blocked through that interface. Now let us understand what happens when we apply this ACL inbound on the VLAN 10 interface. A user from VLAN 10 with IP 192.168.1.0.25 sends traffic to the internet. 8.8.8.8. Packet enters interface G0/0. Router immediately checks ACL 10 because ACL is applied inbound. Router checks line 1. Does source belong to 192.168.10.0/24? Yes. Action. Deny. Packet dropped immediately. Now suppose the same user tries to access the server network. 192.168.5.0.10. Again, packet enters G0/0. Router checks source IP only. Source matches. VLAN 10 network. Result. Deny. Packet dropped. Now suppose the user tries to access another VLAN 192.168.2.0.10. Still same result, because the ACL checks only source IP. So applying this standard ACL inbound on VLAN 10 interface effectively means block all traffic coming from VLAN 10. This is usually not what we want. Now let us see the correct placement for a standard ACL. Suppose we apply it outbound toward the server network interface. Interface G0/1, IP access-group 10 out. Now let us understand the traffic flow carefully. A VLAN 10 user tries to access the server network. Packet enters router through G0/0. No ACL there. Router performs routing lookup. Router decides packet should exit through G0/1 towards servers. Before packet leaves G0/1, outbound ACL is checked. Source matches VLAN 10. Action. Deny. Now suppose VLAN 10 user accesses internet. Packet enters router. Router sends it toward internet interface, not toward G0/1. So packet never hits ACL 10. Result, internet access works. Now suppose VLAN 10 user accesses another VLAN. Traffic exits another interface. Again, packet never touches G0/1 ACL. Result, traffic allowed. This is why networking engineers say standard ACLs should be placed close to destination, because they cannot identify destination networks. Now let us move into extended ACLs. Extended ACLs are much more powerful. They can check source IP, destination IP, protocols, and port numbers. Now the router can ask, where is traffic coming from? Where is it going? Which protocol is used? Which application port is used? Now let us solve the same requirement using an extended ACL block only VLAN 10 access to server network. Allow everything else. Configuration. Access list 100, deny IP 192.168.1.0.0.0.2 55192.168.5.0.0.0.255. Access list 100, permit IP any. Now let us understand this line carefully. Deny all IP traffic from 192.168.10.0/24 to 192.168.5.0.0/24. Now the ACL understands both source and destination. This is much more precise. Now let us apply this ACL inbound on VLAN 10 interface. Interface G0/0, IP access group 100 in. Now let us trace packet flow. Suppose VLAN 10 user accesses server network. Packet enters G0/0. Router checks ACL 100. Line 1 check. Source is VLAN 10. Destination is server network. Action. Deny. Packet dropped immediately. Now suppose VLAN 10 user accesses internet. Router checks ACL line 1. Source matches, but destination does not match server network. So router moves to next line. Permit IP any. Result, traffic allowed. Now VLAN 10 can still access internet, other VLANs, and applications, but cannot access server network. This is why networking engineers say extended ACLs should be placed close to source, because extended ACLs are intelligent enough to block only unwanted traffic immediately. Now let us understand wildcard masks because ACLs depend heavily on them. Example, 192.168.10.0.0.0.255. Here, 0.0.0.255 is called the wildcard mask. Wildcard masks work opposite to subnet masks. In wildcard masks, 0 equals must match exactly, 1 equals ignore. So here, 192.168.1, O must match exactly. The last octet can be anything, which means 192.168.1.1, 192.168.1.2, O, and 192.168.1.15 all match this ACL entry. Now let us summarize the core difference. Standard ACL checks only source IP, cannot identify destination, usually placed near destination, less granular. Extended ACL checks source, destination, protocols, and ports, much more granular, usually placed near source, most commonly used in enterprise networks. That is the complete foundation of access control lists. Once you understand ACL directions, inbound versus outbound, standard and extended behavior, packet flow, wildcard masks, and placement, you can troubleshoot and design enterprise traffic filtering much more effectively. Thanks for watching this video. You can reach out to us through Instagram and Telegram for network interview guidance and mock interview scheduling. See you in the next video. Happy learning!